Hey, it's James Redden, and welcome if you're new, or welcome back to another one of my videos. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today, my name is James Redden, and I'm super excited for the video we have today, guys. But first thing I want to mention is that I do apologize for not uploading a ranking video in like nearly 3 weeks. It's just been a super busy time. I have been uploading videos on the channel. I don't know if you guys saw those, you probably did. But if you didn't, I have been uploading some videos. It's just I haven't done a ranking video for a very long time, so we are finally getting back into those as the new year is coming very fast. But today, guys, the video we have is top 10 worst additions to Fortnite. Now, this list is going to have some weapons and some items on it, just those. It's not going to be any like full updates or like POIs or that sort of thing. So it's just going to be items and weapons, that sort of thing. And we have 10 on the list today for you guys. Hopefully I didn't miss any major things, but we're going to get straight into the list now, guys. At the number 10 spot, I put the Gray RPG. Now, the Gray RPG was introduced with the beginning of Chapter 2, Season 1. They had a gray to gold variant of every single weapon they had in the game, and the reason I think the Gray RPG is on this list for top 10 worst additions to Fortnite is because it's an explosive weapon that's literally like almost no different from its counterparts, which is the green, the blue, the purple, the gold. It's almost no different, except it did 70 damage to the player. 70 damage for a Splode. Imagine getting a Gray RPG and doing 70 damage to a player in game. That is just so unfortunate. I think it was a very bad decision. I mean, I know why Epic did it, but I just think it was a very bad decision on their part to put a Gray RPG variant in, which is why they did end up taking it out, which is a very good thing, which is why it's in at number 10. Moving on now to the number 9 spot, guys, I put the Porta Fortress. Now, this has been out of the game for a very long time. I believe it's been out of the game since around Season 6, Season 7. It has been a while. Now, one of the reasons I think the Porta Fortress is one of the worst additions to Fortnite is because it was kind of, like, not kind of, I found it was really unnecessary to be added to the game. I kind of understood the Porta Fort. Yeah, it helped people build in a time where there was a very big gap, or a very big skill gap per se, but I think the Porta Fortress is that much worse just because it took the Porta Fort and you multiplied it by 10. You got like 12 bouncers around the outside, and it was just so overpowered, and just like if you threw one of these final zone, it was just so crazy. It took up the entire thing. Anyway, Porta Fortress, not their best addition to the game. I mean, I don't think it's that horrible, which is why it's in at number 9, but it's still kind of a bad decision. Moving on now to the number 8 spot, I put the Poison Dart Trap. This was introduced with Season 8 when it came out, and honestly, I think this is a pretty bad addition because this trap was just very sucky. It did not kill a player on impact like every other trap does. I mean, there's only pretty much one trap, but this trap did not kill the player on impact. It was kind of like a worse version of the spike trap that had better theming to the season. That is pretty much the only reason why it was kind of introduced into the game, and it was a very, I wouldn't say necessarily like a horrible addition. I just think it was kind of useless, which kind of classifies it as one of the worst additions to the game. Moving on now to the number 7 spot, I have the Drum Shotgun. Now, this is one of, I think it's the only weapon. No. This is one of 2 weapons to make this list. Obviously, the Gray RPG being the other weapon. The Drum Shotgun, I found this was a very bad addition to the game, and I feel like a bunch of other people can agree with me on this. It really was not that good of an addition at all. Why do we need a Drum Shotgun when we already had a Tac Shotgun and a Pump Shotgun of all the variants? I don't know why we needed this. The Drum Shotgun was in about Season 10, I believe. Was it Season 9 or Season 10? Around that area. But the Drum Shotgun, it was just so bad, and it was so common that if you were gonna land like off spawn, most of the time if you're getting a shotgun, you're getting one of these, and it's just, the drum gun wasn't good. Why do we need a drum shotgun, Epic? I don't know why they did it, but it kind of reminded me to put this on the list because it was just in the game like yesterday, 2 days ago, I don't know, because they brought it back for whatever many days of Fortnite they're doing. I don't know, Christmas Fortnite, whatever. Moving on now to the number 6 spot, guys, we have the very OG smoke grenade. Now, the smoke grenade has been out of the game for a very, 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 very long time. The smoke grenade really was kind of useless unless you got an opponent trapped in there and you fired your gun aimlessly. You know those massive bushes that are in the game now in Chapter 2? Yeah, it's kind of like if a player was in those and you're just shooting aimlessly into it. It's not very effective, and it didn't really do much other than help you res your teammate. So that is why it's in at the number 6 spot for worst additions to the game. Moving on now to the number 5 spot, guys. Halfway through the list, I have the boombox. Now, the boombox was introduced, I believe, in Season 6, because I know it was in Season 7 around there. So I believe in Season 6 they introduced the boombox. And this might have been the most useless addition to the game. I mean, you chuck down a boombox, it bounces, and it makes this really horrible noise, browno, and it just destroys all builds and structures in a certain radius. I don't know how big the radius is, but it felt like it was a pretty big radius. I did actually make a betcha video on the boombox. I destroyed all of Tilted Towers in like under 10 minutes, which is pretty good with the boombox. Yeah, so moving on now to the number 4 spot, guys, I have the mounted turret. Now, originally when these were introduced, these things were way too overpowered. You could spam these for as long as you wanted, and they were just really overpowered and not good at all. I mean, yeah, Epic did come out with some updates for it where it had a cooldown, but the mounted turret really, when it first came out, was really overpowered, and it's just a terrible addition to the game. Why do we need a mounted turret? Why does it take up a trap spot? It was just a very interesting decision as to why they would bring it in. It didn't fit Fortnite very well, which is why they ended up taking it out. Moving on now to the number 3 spot, guys. We have bottle rockets. Bottle rockets, yes, you know those things that were introduced around the time of 4th of July, I believe, because they're bottle rockets. These things might have been the absolute worst addition to Fortnite if it weren't for our top 2 spots. But bottle rockets, absolutely garbage. I mean, they only spray in one direction into one radius. If you got a kill with a bottle rocket, you are legally skilled, but these things are so bad, and you could attach them to things, especially ballers. Put a bottle rocket on a baller and they'll like go around and sprit things. Anyway, bottle rockets, just a terrible addition to the game. I know you guys know what they are, so I'm not going to talk about them anymore because they're just bad. Moving on now to the number 2 spot, guys, I have the Infinity Blade. Now, the Infinity Blade may be argued as one of the worst additions to Fortnite, and definitely the most overpowered weapon to ever be introduced into the game. I remember when these things were first introduced, there was like at least half the map dropping to Polar Peak to get this thing, and if you were the lucky one who ended up getting it, you were getting like 20 kills off spawn. Like that's just the only thing that happened, and it was very, very overpowered, and then they ended up coming out with a game mode for it, which was fantastic. But the Infinity Blade comes in at number 2 because it was just so overpowered and trash. Moving on now, guys, to the number 1 spot. I'm pretty sure most of you guys can guess what this is, but if you can't, then make sure you pay attention. The number 1 worst addition to Fortnite might just have to be the Brute, or the Mech, whatever you want to call it. These were the worst addition to Fortnite, 100%. Why were these introduced into Fortnite? I have no idea. I will let all of Season 10 speak for itself, just to say that the Mech might have been the worst ever addition into Fortnite. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know down below if I missed anything significant about the worst additions to Fortnite. If you guys think I missed anything, make sure you let me know down below. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and we will catch you in the next video. Peace out.